Datta Sri Guru Datta Jai Guru 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 Datta Sri Guru Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha, Harihi Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your host Rishi Nirvan Balrup
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Dr. Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude, and this invocation prayer at the sacred feet of beloved Sadguru Deva Pujya Shri Datta Ji or Datta Tata Ji, as this program, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him. Please join his second-in-command, Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji now in worship.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Bhuyuta Shri Hari Chinnhitabhyam Agastya Rekhadibhiranchitabhyam Nigodha Bijakshara Mudritabhyam Namo Namah Sadguru Padukabhyam. गणपति गुरुमेकं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं विबुधनिवहसेव्यं योगमार्गाधिरूढं शरणमुपगतानामार्तिसङ्घाद्रिवज्रं मम हृदयनिवासं भक्तिनम्रो नमामि Bhaktinamro Namami.
Once again, everyone, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to this morning's episode of Datta Arpanam. Today's program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Ramlal Educational Institute of number 12 Exchange Lots Couva, Valini's Drug Mart Limited of 58 to 60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Erin Road, Debe, and Koke Supermart Limited of 14 Naparima Mayaro Road, San Fernando.
As the story of Srinivasa Kalyanam continued on Datta Arpanam last week, you heard that when Lord Srinivasa first met Padmavati Devi, he immediately felt a deep love for her and asked her to marry him. When that princess, that daughter of Akasha Raja, rejected his advances, the Lord returned home feeling despondent.
Not only were his feelings hurt, but his body was also injured, as Padmavati's friends, seeing the Lord reaching out for Padmavati's hand, had hurled stones at him.
Some time after he arrived home, Vakula Devi, who was Yashoda Mata in her past life while Lord Srinivasa was her Krishna, Vakula Devi went to visit the Lord, and seeing him in that state, and coming to know the reason for that state, promised the Lord that she would get him married to the one who had stolen his heart. She applied some medication to the Lord's physical wounds, and then, resting his head on her lap, encouraged him to sleep while she sang the lullabies she used to sing to Lord Krishna in Dwapara Yuga.
But if Padmavati has already rejected the Lord's marriage proposal, then how will Vakula Devi achieve what she promised to do? Ganapati Dattaji or Puja Sri Dattaji always says that we should never make promises that we cannot keep. So it'll be interesting to see what Vakula Devi does. Will she get Padmavati to see the greatness of the one whose hand in marriage she has rejected? Well, stay tuned in to this series on Datta Arpanam to find out.
Before we begin today's continuation of the story, though, let us worship the remover of obstacles, the Lord of all energies, and the Lord whose Bijakshara or seed mantra is Gam. Let us worship Lord Ganapati. Please open the Bhajanmala app or visit the website www.bhajanmala.com, enter Bhajan ID number 22 and join in devotional singing.
Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka 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 Kshipra Ganapati Vinayaka Kshipra Ganapati Vinayaka Vibramadura Vinayaka Vibramadura Vinayaka Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka Gam Gam Satchidananda Vinayaka Sadguru Datta Vinayaka Sadguru Datta Vinayaka Satchidananda Vinayaka Sadguru Datta Vinayaka Sadguru Datta Vinayaka Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka Hari Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka Hari Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka Hari Gam Gam Ganapati Vinayaka 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 Vinayaka
Yet another day, another week, off to a divine start with a bhajan composed and rendered by Ganapati Datta Ji, also known as Pujya Datta Ji, Datta Tata Ji, or Datta Appa Ji.
You are listening to Datta Arpanam. This Sunday morning hour of devotion is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Sri Datta Ji and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited and Kokay Supermart Limited.
As we prepare to begin today's continuation of Srinivasa Kalyanam, please join in worshipping Naranarayana Maharishis, Goddess Saraswati and Sage Vyasa.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeta. Earlier you heard that finding Lord Srinivasa in a state of despair, Vakula Devi was able to finally extract from him that a young lady was the cause of his upset. Curious about the past and present of that maiden who had rejected the Lord's marriage proposal, Vakula Devi asked Lord Srinivasa to tell her more.
Lord Srinivasa explained to Vakula Devi that in her previous life, Padmavati was called Vedavati. Back then, she performed amazing penance, hoping that she would be blessed to marry Lord Srinivasa.
But the demon Ravanasura had other plans. Again and again he put pressure on Vedavati to marry him.
Yet Vedavati's resolve remained strong, teaching us how our resolve should also be. She insisted that she intended to marry Lord Srinivasa and had no interest in marrying Ravana.
When Ravana started putting more and more pressure on Vedavati, she cursed him, saying that she would be the cause of his death. And then, using her yogic energy to create a fire, she entered that fire. It was only then that Ravana, feeling helpless, left that place.
Listeners, we should never feel that Vedavati committed suicide. Because of her yogic power, even though she entered into that yogic fire, she remained the same. She was unaffected by the fire. Agni Deva, who had great appreciation for her, gave shelter to her. He was the one who then informed her of the great mission she would have to support in the future.
And listeners, before we move on, in the Shatashloki Ramayanam series on Datta Arpanam a few years ago, you would have heard that in Ramayanam, Ravana forcibly recruited Maricha to disguise himself as a golden deer and go in the Dandakaranya forest, which is where Lord Rama, Lakshmana and Sita Devi were at the time. At the request of Sita Devi, who is enchanted by this deer, Lord Rama went out to catch the golden deer, while Lakshmana stayed in their forest hut with Sita Devi. But when Maricha mimicked the sound of Lord Rama's voice, thinking that her husband was in distress, Sita Devi sent Lakshmana to find Lord Rama. And it was then, when Sita Devi was alone, that Ravana, himself disguised as a Brahmin, kidnapped Sita Devi.
So, how does this tie into the story of Srinivasa Kalyanam other than to remind us, through Ravana's actions, that lust and deceit are demonic qualities? Well, in Ramayanam, while Ravana was carrying Sita Mata, Agni Devata appeared before him and tricked him by telling him that while he, meaning Ravana, had fooled Rama and Lakshmana by employing the disguise of the golden deer, Lord Rama was the greater trickster. The fire god convinced Ravana that the one he was carrying was not really Sita Mata, but that she was Vedavati. He tricked Ravana and told Ravana that the real Sita Mata was safe with Agni Purusha.
Ravana believed this story that Agni Devata was telling him, and he insisted that Agni Devata handed over Sita Mata to him.
At that stage, Agni Purusha transformed Vedavati to look like Sita Devi and handed her over to Ravana in exchange for the real Sita Devi. And he, Agni Purusha, took Sita Devi and handed her over to his wife, Swaha Mata, who took care of her. Remember, the one who Ravana kidnapped was actually Sita Devi, but Agni Devata was just trying to convince him that she was not. All along, Vedavati was in the care of Agni Purusha. So when Agni Purusha convinced Ravana to make this switch, while Ravana thought he was giving up Vedavati and getting Sita Devi, in fact it was the other way around. He was giving up Sita Devi and taking Vedavati with him.
Lord Srinivasa, who is narrating this story to Vakala Devi in Kali Yuga, continued by explaining to Vakala Devi that the fire test or Agni test which Sita Devi was subjected to after being rescued from Ravana's grip was conducted to prove the pious nature and chastity of Sita Mata. In that test, Sita Mata jumped into the fire, and a short while after she did so, 3 beings emerged from that fire pit. They were Agni Purusha, Sita Mata, and Vedavati. Back then, in Treta Yuga, Agni Purusha explained to all who witnessed the fire test that Sita Mata had been protected from the hands of Ravana by transforming Vedavati into Sita Devi. The one who went to Lanka and endured that entire ordeal was not actually Sita Devi, but it was Vedavati.
Through this act of devotion, Vedavati had helped Lord Rama immensely. In honor of this, Agni Purusha asked Lord Rama, who was married to Sita Devi, to reward Vedavati's penance by also marrying her.
Remember, before Sita Devi's kidnapping, Vedavati had been repeatedly fighting off Ravana's forceful advances and had been performing intense penance to have Lord Srinivasa as her husband. And who is Lord Srinivasa? Who is Lord Rama? They are one and the same. They are Lord Sri Hari.
Hearing the request of Agni Devata, Lord Rama said that in Rama Avatara, he was very keen on maintaining the discipline of 1 word, 1 wife, and 1 arrow. But he promised that he would marry Vedavati in another avatara.
That same Vedavati, continued Lord Srinivasa, who is narrating all of this to Vakala Devi, that same Vedavati was born as Padmavati.
Hearing this story, Vakula Mata, who was none other than Yashoda Mata in Dwapara Yuga, that loving mother, feeling her son's urgency, reassured him, saying that she was going to meet Padmavati and start discussions regarding a marriage alliance. "It is already written and promised by you," she said to Lord Srinivasa, "so it will happen."
With those words, Vakula Devi left Lord Srinivasa's home and set off to meet Padmavati Devi. Only now did Lord Srinivasa's mood improve, and he happily ate the sweet rice which his mother had prepared for him.
Listeners, having been reminded of the love of a mother and of the extent to which a divine mother will go to ensure that the Lord's word is fulfilled, let us now join in worshipping a mother who not only had the best interests of her own child at heart, but the best interests of creation at heart. Let us worship that mother who took on the role assigned to her by Lord Datta Arpanam to be the mother of his modern-day aspect. Let us worship Mata Jayalakshmi, the mother and guru of Sadgurudeva Ganapati Dattaji. Please open the Bhajan Mala app or website to Bhajan ID number 521 and join in singing this divine song.
లక్ష్మీ తల్లి జననీ మహామాయ జయలక్ష్మీ తల్లి జననీ మహామాయ నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి
జయలక్ష్మీ తల్లి జననీ మహామాయ నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి
నరసింహ మనోన్మాణి నిత్యా కళ్యాణి నరసింహ మనోన్మాణి నిత్యా కళ్యాణి నీచంత చేరీతి ననుగావు తల్లి నీచంత చేరీతి ననుగావు తల్లి ననుగావు తల్లి
జయలక్ష్మీ తల్లి జననీ మహామాయ నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి
జయలక్ష్మీపురమున భక్తుల రక్షించు జయలక్ష్మీపురమున భక్తుల రక్షించు కల్పవృక్షమే కమనీయ దేవి కల్పవృక్షమే కమనీయ దేవి కమనీయ దేవి
జయలక్ష్మీ తల్లి జననీ మహామాయ నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి
నమ్మిన భక్తుల పీడాలు తొలగించు నమ్మిన భక్తుల పీడాలు తొలగించు దత్త మూర్తికి తల్లి జగజనని అమ్మ దత్త మూర్తికి తల్లి జగజనని అమ్మ జగజనని అమ్మ జగజనని అమ్మ జగజనని అమ్మ
జయలక్ష్మీ తల్లి జననీ మహామాయ నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి నిజముగా నమ్మితి ఆరాధన చేసి జయలక్ష్మీ
bhajan composed by Datta Sadguru Ganapati Datta Ji worshipped Pujya Datta Ji's mother and guru, Mata Jayalakshmi. Mata Jayalakshmi raised Pujya Datta Ji just like Anasuya Mata raised Lord Dattatreya and just like Yashoda Mata raised Sri Krishna. Every milestone reached by her young child would be celebrated. Her love was deep but also divine. To such a divine mother, prostrations are offered again and again as we continue today's episode of Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to this morning's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Sri Datta Ji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited.
Before that bhajan, you heard that Lord Srinivasa told Vakula Devi the story of how he, as Lord Rama, had promised to marry Vedavati in her next birth as Padmavati. Vakula Devi realized that Srinivasa would not be happy unless he married Padmavati, and so she offered to go to Akasha Raja and Queen Dharani to arrange that marriage. She immediately left for the palace.
Vakula Devi started her journey, and when she reached the ashrama of sage Agastya, she realized that Shiva Abhisheka was being performed at a nearby Lord Shiva temple. Vakula Devi felt that this must be a good sign. She felt that only Lord Shiva could help her to succeed in her mission.
There was a group of women at the temple. Looking at how they were dressed, Vakula Devi felt that they had to be from the royal palace. She went up to them and asked who they were. They replied that they were from the kingdom of King Akasha and were the servants of the princess Padmavati. Then, surprising even themselves, they told Vakula Devi the entire story of why it is they had come to this temple to perform Abhishekam to Lord Shiva.
Padmavati's maids explained that the previous evening they were playing in a garden on the hill when a handsome and graceful man arrived. His name was Srinivasa. When Srinivasa tried to converse with Padmavati and tried to hold her hand, they attacked him with stones. Seeing his injuries, Padmavati fainted. She lost consciousness. The maids had immediately put her in her chariot and taken her to the king and queen.
The woman continued the story, saying that when King Akasha and Queen Dharani saw Padmavati's condition, the king right away called for a Daivagnya, or an astrologer, someone who sees the past, present, and future. After examining Padmavati, the Daivagnya reassured the king and queen, saying not to worry. He explained to them that Padmavati had met a handsome hunter, and her heart was filled with thoughts of him. She was so attracted to that person that she would meet him soon.
And listeners, here we are reminded that whatever we choose to focus on, we attract towards ourselves. This is probably at least part of the reason why Pujya Datta Ji says that we should not fill our heads with negative news. So when all a person focuses on is crime, ill health, poverty, and other negative thoughts, they attract such negativity towards themselves. So we must all be vigilant and keep our minds focused on what matters, on God or Guru. This does not mean you should not perform your daily duties. Do them, of course, but do them as an offering to God or Guru. Then every action becomes an act of karma yoga. And since without karma yoga our minds cannot be purified, and without a pure mind we are not eligible for the jnana or knowledge necessary to attain moksha or liberation, when we perform our duties as an offering to God, or at least offer the fruit of those actions to God, then we are paving the way towards attaining moksha.
In chapter 12, verses 8 to 11 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna said to Arjuna, Mayyeva mana adhatsva, Mayi buddhim niveshaya, Nivasishyasi mayyeva, Ata urdhvam na samshayaha, Atha chittam samadhatum, Na shaknoshi mayi sthiram, Abhyasa yogena tataha, Mamichhaptum dhananjaya, Abhyasepya samarthosi, Matkarma paramo bhava, Madarthamapi karmani, Kurvan siddhimavapsyasi, Athaitadapya shaktosi, Kartum madyogamashitaha, Sarva karma phalatyagam, Tatah kuryatatmavan. In these 4 shlokas, the Lord explains to Arjuna how one can reach him, or, in other words, attain liberation. In the first of the 4 shlokas, so in the 8th shloka of chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, he says that by keeping the intellect and the fluctuating mind on him, Paramatman, or the Supreme Divinity, until the soul leaves the body, one will never again have to be reborn.
But the Lord, in His infinite compassion, as Sadgurudeva often does, gives us different levels of sadhana to facilitate us at whatever level we may be in our spiritual journey. In the second of those shlokas just chanted, so in the 9th shloka of chapter 12, he said that if focusing the mind on Him is too challenging, then at least practice doing so. That will still bring one closer to Him.
And if even that is too challenging, then, said the Lord in shloka 10, so the 3rd shloka just chanted, perform all your actions as offerings unto me. So when you shower, think of it as you are cleaning this body given to you by God. When you clean your house, think of it as a temple you are cleaning. When you eat, think of each morsel as an offering to Jataragni, or the fire of digestion within you, and so on.
And if even that is too difficult, don't worry. The Lord makes even more provisions when, in the final of those 4 shlokas, so in the 11th shloka of chapter 12 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he says that if you cannot do any of the above, so you cannot keep the mind and intellect focused on Him, you cannot even practice focusing the mind and intellect, you cannot perform all actions as offerings unto Him, then, says the Lord, at least perform actions without any desire for the result or fruit of that action. Offer the fruits of those actions to me.
So listeners, we see that even in Srinivasa Kalyanam, the lessons of Srimad Bhagavad Gita are being subtly taught.
Padmavati's attendants continued narrating to Vakula Devi the story of how they had come to this Lord Shiva temple to perform Abhishekam. They told her that the Daivagnya had said that soon an old lady, who is a relative of the hunter, would arrive at the palace. He said that if Padmavati's parents, the king and queen, did as that old lady says, then Padmavati would recover and settle happily.
The attendants, revealing the story in entirety to Vakula Devi, continued by saying that the Daivagnya had instructed that a Shanti Puja should be performed, and then everything would be fine. He told them to invite 11 Purohits or 11 Pandits to perform Rudra Abhishekam. With the power and results from that Abhishekam, Padmavati would regain consciousness.
Padmavati's attendants finished up their narration by explaining that that was why they were at that Shiva temple. They were having this Abhishekam done as per the Daivagna's instructions.
Listeners, having just been introduced to the great power of performing Abhishekam to Lord Shiva, let us worship him through this absolutely mesmerizing composition of Puja Dattaji's. Let us worship him by singing Kanakalingaya, the lyrics to which can be found by entering Bhajan ID number 1247 on the Bhajanmala app or website.
As you would have heard in the Jyotirlingam series on Datta Arpanam years ago, once an argument broke out between Lords Vishnu and Brahma. Lord Shiva appeared to them in the form of a pillar of light or a Jyotirlingam, Jyoti meaning light and Lingam meaning pillar. That pillar of light which appeared had no beginning nor end. With this, Lord Shiva proved that he is the Ananta Rupa, meaning the one whose form is endless. He has no beginning, he has no end. Everything is him, and he is everything. The linga, representing that pillar of light, has become the identification sign of Lord Shiva. It appeared as a form, but in reality is formless. In this beautiful, beautiful Kirtanam, Pujya Sri Datta Ji, in great ecstasy and with deep, palpable feeling, sings about this formless Shiva. Once again, the Bhajan ID number is 1247.
Kanakalingaya Vedalingaya Paramalingaya Yomalingaya Vai Namaga Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Kanakalingaya Vedalingaya Vai Namaha Paramalingaya Yomalingaya Vai Namaha Kanakalingaya Vedalingaya Vai Namaha Paramalingaya Yomalingaya Vai Namaha Kanakalingaya Vedalingaya Vai Namaha Paramalingaya Yomalingaya Vai Namaha Sahasralingaya Vagnilingaya Vai Namaha Puranalingaya Shrutilingaya Vai Namaha Padalalingaya Brahmalingaya Vai Namaha
Listeners, you have no idea how long we have wanted to share that bhajan with you on Datta Arpanam. But somehow it is just so moving and so heartfelt and it's difficult to explain, but it felt like the moment had to be right, which itself was a strange thought because it is never a wrong moment to listen to and sing one of Pujya Dattaji's bhajans. But something about the emotion that bhajan evokes made it feel even more special than usual. Honestly, we didn't think it would be shared until maybe the next Mahashivaratri. But interesting how Datta Sadgurudeva coordinates things. On an episode of Datta Arpanam, where time was dedicated to speaking about your thoughts determining what happens, well, we wanted to share that bhajan at just the right time, when it felt inspired by the subject being covered. And today's story created such an inspiration.
Even on last week's episode of Datta Arpanam, there's a beautiful musical album called Sri Venkateshwara Vaibhavam, which is filled with Pujya Dattaji worshipping Lord Srinivasa through bhajans. Our hope was that through this Srinivasa Kalyanam series on Datta Arpanam to have the opportunity to share every one of those bhajans with you. But there was one bhajan, the Dola bhajan or the Lullaby bhajan, that we thought would not make it onto the program because there may not be an appropriate moment. But once again, Sadguru Deva and the Tathasu Devatas blessed us with, so be it. You may recall that last week's episode of Datta Arpanam ended with Vakula Devi placing Lord Srinivasa's head on her lap and singing him a lullaby.
Listeners, when we say again and again how strongly the hand of Datta Sadguru is felt when preparing episodes of Datta Arpanam, it is not just words. The level of gratitude owed to that present-day Avadhuta Pujya Dattaji just cannot be put into words. All we can do is beg him to accept this and every episode of Datta Arpanam as an offering of immense gratitude. Pranams are offered again and again to Pujya Dattaji. Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam. This morning's episode is being sponsored by Ramlal Educational Institute, DB Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. Special thanks are also extended to them for their kind and consistent role in ensuring that this program reaches you on 103.1 FM every Sunday morning.
You heard today that Padmavati Devi's attendants relayed to Vakula Devi, who was a stranger to them, the entire story as to why they were at the Lord Shiva temple having Abhishekam done. They then asked Vakula Devi who she was and what had brought her to that temple at that time.
Vakula Mata explained that she had set off with a specific purpose in mind. But to accomplish her mission, she needed to speak to Queen Dharani Devi. She asked Padmavati's attendants to please take her to the Queen.
Listeners, at this point in the story, we will pause the study of Srinivasa Kalyanam and, by the grace of Sadguru Deva, Pujya Dattaji, resume the story next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, right here on 103.1 FM. In the meantime, tomorrow, Monday, November 17th, 2025, Dhanvantari Jayanti will be celebrated. Lord Dhanvantari, another incarnation of Mahavishnu, is the Lord of Medicine who grants good health. Let us, before ending today's program, join Pujya Dattaji in worshipping that Lord. Please open the Bhajanmala app or website to Bhajan ID number 901 and join in singing the Pallavi and final Charanam of this bhajan.
धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु
न श्रीकरे धन्वन्तरे धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु न श्रीकरे धन्वन्तरे धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु न श्रीकरे धन्वन्तरे धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु न श्रीकरे वनमूलिका ग्रैवेयका करुणाञ्चित कम्राम्बक वनमूलिका ग्रैवेयका करुणाञ्चित कम्राम्बक ओजोनिधे तेजोवधे श्री सच्चिदानन्दाम्बुदे ओजोनिधे तेजोवधे श्री सच्चिदानन्दाम्बुदे श्री सच्चिदानन्दाम्बुदे धन्वन्तरे धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु न श्रीकरे धन्वन्तरे धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु न श्रीकरे धन्वन्तरे धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु न श्रीकरे धन्वन्तरे धन्वन्तरे धन्यान् कुरु न श्रीकरे
Listeners, on that divine and unique note, we now begin to wrap up today's episode of Datta Arpanam.
Pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadgurudeva, Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji and Sri Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji, without whose teachings, compassion, love, guidance, and music, this program would not exist.
Pranams to you, Puja Sri Dattaji and Sri Swamiji. Kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's episode of Datta Arpanam, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam: Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, an extra special thank you is extended to you for sharing this devotional hour with us.
If you would like to listen to today's program again, check out the Datta Arpanam Facebook page, where later this week the YouTube link for today's episode will be shared.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನಪ್ಪನು ನೀನಪ್ಪ ತಪ್ಪನು ಮನಿಸಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನಪ್ಪನು ನೀನಪ್ಪ ತಪ್ಪನು ಏನಪ್ಪ ತಪ್ಪನು ಮನಿಸಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ರಾಮಪ್ಪನ ಭಂಟನಿ ಭಕ್ತರನು ಕಾಯಪ್ಪ ರಾಮಪ್ಪನ ಭಂಟನಿ ಭಕ್ತರನು ಕಾಯಪ್ಪ ವಾಯುಪುತ್ರ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ನಿಶ್ಚಯವೇ ಜಗತಿಗಪ್ಪ ವಾಯುಪುತ್ರ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ನಿಶ್ಚಯವೇ ಜಗತಿಗಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಶಿವಪ್ಪನ ಅವತಾರ ನೀನೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ರುದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಶಿವಪ್ಪನ ಅವತಾರ ನೀನೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ರುದ್ರಪ್ಪ ನೀನೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ರುದ್ರಪ್ಪ ನೀನೇ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ರುದ್ರಪ್ಪ ಮುಂದಿನ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಪ್ಪನು ನೀನೆಯಂತೆ ನನ್ನಪ್ಪ ಮುಂದಿನ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಪ್ಪನು ನೀನೆಯಂತೆ ನನ್ನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಜೀವರಾಶಿ ಜೀವನಪ್ಪ ನೀನೇ ಸಂಜೀವನಪ್ಪ ಜೀವರಾಶಿ ಜೀವನಪ್ಪ ನೀನೇ ಸಂಜೀವನಪ್ಪ ನೀನೇ ಸಂಜೀವನಪ್ಪ ನೀನೇ ಸಂಜೀವನಪ್ಪ ರಾಮದಾಸ ಮಾನಸಪ್ಪ ಚಿರಂಜೀವಿ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ರಾಮದಾಸ ಮಾನಸಪ್ಪ ಚಿರಂಜೀವಿ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಗಾನಮೂರ್ತಿ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ನಾಗದೇವ ಮಿತ್ರನಪ್ಪ ಗಾನಮೂರ್ತಿ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ನಾಗದೇವ ಮಿತ್ರನಪ್ಪ ನಾಗದೇವ ಮಿತ್ರನಪ್ಪ ನಾಗದೇವ ಮಿತ್ರನಪ್ಪ ಪ್ರಣವ ಮಂತ್ರ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ಶ್ರುತಿಲಯವು ನೀನೇ ಅಪ್ಪ ಪ್ರಣವ ಮಂತ್ರ ನೀನಪ್ಪ ಶ್ರುತಿಲಯವು ನೀನೇ ಅಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಕಾರ್ಯಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನಿನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತ ನಾನಪ್ಪ ಕಾರ್ಯಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನಿನ್ನ ಭಕ್ತ ನಾನಪ್ಪ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಪ್ಪ ಗುರು ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮಪ್ಪ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಪ್ಪ ಗುರು ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮಪ್ಪ ಗುರು ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮಪ್ಪ ಗುರು ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ 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 ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹನುಮಪ್ಪ
ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ 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 ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್